たまえ。2匹の宇宙怪獣を。あの怪獣たちはこのテープが発する信号でコントロールされている。君たちは一体何者なんだ。
今から怪獣たちは東京を中心に手当たり次第に破壊する。
みんなの友達だ。
From beyond the stars come the most fearsome monsters in the galaxy. Only Godzilla stands in their way in Godzilla on Monster Island. Is even Godzilla strong enough to defeat the invaders? Matching unbelievable strength, exchanging incredible death-dealing rays. Don't miss Godzilla on Monster Island, rated G.
It rests on 13 acres of Earth, over the very center of hell. Here is the first motion picture to offer to the daring a look into the final, maddening space between life and death. The last house on the left. To avoid fainting, keep repeating. It's only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie. Sights and sounds far beyond anything you've tested. The last house on the left. To avoid fainting, keep repeating. It's only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie. Take as much as you can. Only a movie.
Marie and her friend.
I feel like a woman for the first time in my life.
Two girls from the suburbs going to the city to have a good time.
Oh, this is my roommate, Sam.
Hi, girls.
This is my sister, Martha. Martha, these girls, want to buy some grass.
4 killers on the loose, also looking for a good time.
And the road leads to nowhere.
They meet in the last house on the left. What began as a birthday party ends as a nightmare.
I want to give you something.
I don't want that.
It's worth a lot.
I don't want
See? I want to be your friend.
No, you want to get free.
I want to be your friend. Are you all right?
Yeah. Hey, I'm fine.
Just what did happen in the last house on the left? Dr. Collingwood lived there.
Are you sure we're not going to put you folks to any trouble? Oh, nonsense. Our home is yours.
His wife lived there.
I've always dreamed of a man who could take me easily.
So did their daughter, Marie. They all lived there.
Junior.
avoid fainting, keep repeating to yourself, it's only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie. Last house on the left.
Schlachthof 5. This is Schlachthof 5. 5 is English 5. Schlacht is slaughter. Hof is house. Schlachthof 5. Slaughterhouse 5. Your house.
Billy? Billy!
Can you hear me, Pilgrim? Huh? Can you hear me, Pilgrim? When do you want it, huh? When do you want it, Pilgrim? You'll never know when it's gonna happen. Maybe years, maybe not. Son. This pork chop killed a friend of mine.
I didn't. I just bumped into
sick. Yeah? Well, he's gonna be dead.
Billy! Billy, Mama's here. The war's over. You can come out now.
The patient was a prisoner of war in Dresden when it was bombed. He claims that well over 100,000 people were burned to death in the fire, worse than Hiroshima. And since Billy was actually there, it's natural enough to assume that this has had a contributing effect on his present condition.
He's ready, Doctor.
You're going to sleep now, Billy. Welcome to the planet Tralfamador, Mr. Pilgrim.
Happy birthday,
And don't give up dreaming, for true love will come smiling through.
See, in Tralfamador, where I presently dwell, life has no beginning, no middle, and no end. For example, many years ago, a certain man promised to have me killed. He's an old man now, living not far from here. He's read all the publicity associated with my appearance. He's insane. Tonight he'll keep his promise.
I dare say you are wondering why I am floating around London like this. I am on the famous Thames River, investigating a murder. rivers can be very sinister places. And in my new film, Frenzy, this river, you may say, was the scene of a very horrible murder.
It's a woman!
Another necktie murder.
Of course, one can never be sure where danger lurks. They tell me a dreadful crime was committed right in this building. My investigation next led me to this innocent alley, of which there are hundreds in London. But I don't think we should stay long. Something unpleasant is about to happen. Here is the scene of another horrible murder. This is the famous London wholesale fruit and vegetable market, Covent Garden. Here you may buy the fruits of evil and the horrors of vegetables. I've heard of a leg of lamb, a leg of chicken, but never a leg of potatoes.
Here, what's wrong?
Look, she's wearing my tie. How'd you like my tie? How do you like it?
I got the tie.
A space convoy on a strange voyage, carrying a rare cargo. The forests, the plants, the growing things doomed to extinction on Earth.
We have just received orders to abandon and nuclear destruct all the forests and return our ships to commercial service.
We're going home!
You can't blow up this forest.
Now move! You're not gonna go.
Silent running. Cataclysm in outer space. Every moment bringing its own danger as man explores the mysteries of an unknown and limitless universe.
Valley Forge, what the hell's wrong? You're moving out, you're accelerating.
I've got a premature detonation on dome number 2, and I've got an explosion in the main cargo deck. Now, please advise me immediately.
Give me Barker.
I can't find Barker. I can't find Wolf or Keenan either. I'm afraid, Neil, that they might have been in dome number 2.
Dome number 1.
Meet the almost human drones, amazing companions on a journey beyond the stars.
The man has a full house, and he knew it. Now, how about that?
Hear Joan Baez sing Rejoice in the Sun and Silent Running.
Listen, Lowell, if you continue as is, we figure you'll hit the northeastern quadrant of Saturn's outer ring tomorrow morning.
the biggest, the newest, the most exciting of all the Planet of the Apes pictures. Climaxed by the spectacular Revolt of the Apes. The most awesome, the most horrifying spectacle in the annals of science fiction. First pampered as pets, then abused as servants, now oppressed as slaves.
Order full mobilization of all security forces, police, militia, and reserve defense units. See that every entrance into the city is cordoned off immediately.
Yes, sir. Are control methods to include the use of tear gas and sedation guns?
There will be but one control method. Shoot to kill.
This will be the end of human civilization, and the world will belong to a planet of apes!
Watch the screen explode as man faces ape in the ultimate revolution.
Where there is fire, there is smoke. And in that smoke, from this day forward, my people will plot and plan for the inevitable day of man's downfall. And that day is upon you now!
Yesterday, Dracula was the most fearsome being the screen has ever seen. Today, tonight, you could be Dracula's next victim.
Something new, yet as old as time.
Come on, Johnny.
A date with the devil.
Are you ready? He's ready. He's waiting to freak you out. Right out of this world.
Died September the 18th, 1872. 100 years ago to the day.
You who witness it must swear before the name of the devil to keep it secret.
Who knows about vampires, for God's sake? My grandfather died fighting a vampire. The most terrible, the most dangerous vampire of all time.
The year is 1972. A leap year in horror. A vintage year for vampires. The time for the masters of horror to meet again in the 20th century.
Come to me, Count Dracula!
No. No.
There's too many dreams got buried inside, and there's too little time for desire.
The nightmare's over.
I think it is.
I have returned to destroy you.
For
2 million years in these subterranean caves, a creature of superhuman evil was entombed in a wall of ice, waiting to be free, waiting to live again. Travel with us on a journey into a world where nightmare becomes reality.
Are you telling me that an ape that lived 2 million years ago got onto that crate, killed the baggage man and put him in there?
Yes, I am. It's alive. It must be.
Travel with us, if you dare, on the Horror Express.
We'll search the train and find it, whatever it is, and destroy it.
But if it's alive...
I want this kept quiet. I don't want to panic the passengers.
The malignant power of this creature is indestructible, transferring its force from mind to mind, from body to body.
Beast is not dead. I put 4 bullets into him.
You think evil can be killed with bullets? Satan lives.
The animal that you shot was only the host. It's alive in someone on this train.
You saw his eyes. One look at them and you're dead.
Anything that moves near that door, kill it!
Run. Run for your life. Hide, but you can't escape. No one can stop the fury and the terror of the Horror Express.
Dead of Night. The story of one night in a small town that changed the lives of many and ended the lives of some. As night fell, something evil descended upon the town. Something corrupt, unspeakable. Behind their drawn curtains, they waited as fear walked in the dead of night.
Hello, this is the police department. Please identify yourself. Hello. Hello.
Hey, soldier, where you headed? Come on, hop aboard.
What does it say, Daddy?
Dandy.
Oh, God! Oh!
He's home.
Andy!
didn't know Andy was home. Is that Andy?
Joanne doesn't even know he's home yet. She'll be so surprised.
But Andy wouldn't kill anybody?
I can tell.
The boy went away to fight a war. A man came back. But something came with him. Something unspeakable. Dead of Night, starring Academy Award winners John Marley and Lynn Carter. Due to the importance of the first 5 minutes of Dead of Night, audiences will not be seated after the beginning of the picture.
You shall pay, Black Prince. I curse you with my name. You shall be Blackula. Blackula, the Black Avenger. Rising from his tomb to fill the night with horror. Blackula, Dracula's soul brother. Deadlier even than he.
You know, he is a strange dude.
You're the nut that ran in front of my cab. You're the only imbecile on this street. Boy.
Blackula.
Look at man, you found. I mean, she's got to be around here somewhere. I mean, now listen, you take your hands off of me. I don't know you.
He thirsts for your blood. He hungers for your soul. Warm young bodies will feed his hunger. Hot, fresh blood will quench his awful thirst.
Make it a Bloody Mary. Are you, into the occult?
No!
How about the, heavy stuff?
What do you think of vampires?
Vampires? I think they're possibly the most fascinating of all.
More horrifying than Dracula. The Black Avenger, Blackula. From American International Pictures.
He lives. From the depths of this unholy tomb, the Avenger rises, the abominable Dr. Phibes, the most deadly mastermind of all crime. Specialist in the fine art of bizarre murder, each more different, each more devilish than the last. The scorpions embrace.
You bloody man!
The eagles caress. The sausage machine. The one-hand persuader.
He has nothing to say, sir.
Touché, Dr. Phibes. And as another victim falls, the world awaits your next blow of vengeance. Only one man, only one menace, only one diabolical mind could create such chilling terror.
That's not a common thief, sir. Then, Inspector, we are faced with an impossible task. Well, there's no force in all the world could win a fight against such a supreme opponent.
Run, but you can't escape him. Hide, but he'll find you. Scream, but no one will hear you.
Where Willard ended, Ben begins. Ben is coming from Cinerama Releasing, and this time he's not alone.
Maybe he was Ben. That's the name of the leader of the rats. There were some pages from Willard's diary in the newspapers.
Those rats killed 3 people.
All residents, go in and stay in your houses.
Drive the rats in the tank area.
Ah! They're eating us alive down there. There's millions of them.
And they're coming for you. They're coming. They're gonna burn you, Ben. And then they're gonna drown you. Run, Ben. Run, please.
Ben and his army of rats are on the way.
Blind terror strikes fear into the hearts of innocent people. The morgue receives the victims of the blind dead. There's no escape from the blind dead. They are the Templars, devil worshippers. A death cult that has risen from their 1,000-year-old tombs to begin a horrible reign of terror.
Please wait!
Pop, look over there!
A beautiful young girl is trapped by the evil forces. No one is safe from their curse.
They're coming!
A human sound in the ancient cemetery brings the evil creatures from their tombs. The Templars perform their sadistic rites. A virgin is sacrificed in a blood ritual. A fiery death for those who can't escape the blind dead. Coming soon from your cemetery.
here in this primitive river bottom wilderness in southern Arkansas, along with deer, duck, crane, and beaver, lurks a creature that walks upright. Whether it is a man, a monster, or a myth, no one really knows. What we do know is the people around Fouke, Arkansas say they have seen such a creature nearly 250 times since 1954. And that this creature, whatever it is, emits one of the most terrifying sounds ever recorded. Creek, rated G.
They say they love us. I could kill them for what they've done to you.
Shh.
Oh, Elizabeth, I don't know what madness is upon us.
Friedrich! Klaus! They're free!
What madness lies like a curse upon this family? What secret binds brother and sister in a conspiracy of fear?
Elizabeth! Come back!
Only a thin knife edge separates reality from illusion.
Elizabeth!
Sanity from madness.
I'm not Elizabeth! I'm not!
Amy. The torments of the flesh from the demons of the mind. It is no ordinary game these children play, but a ritual as old as the Druids, as profane as a witch's Sabbath.
What's wrong?
It's a warning of death.
But it's only a ritual.
No. No!
But it is a human madness that pursues her. She will not be the first victim, nor the last of the demons of the mind.
The demon walks in the forest of night! This place reeks of madness and decay. Elizabeth's not mad now, but you in this house will drive her mad.
You may have thought you were trying to protect them, but without understanding, you have been destroying them.
It's been a nightmare.
We're not working yet.
No one need ever know of this horror.
The world will be a better place without me, and it won't even know that you died. Root out evil and destruction!
Please, I must go to her.
Emil, Elizabeth's safe. No one's going to hurt her, and you're in no danger.
In the depths of the city, a nightmare grows real. A sinister evil that festered for generations in its moldering tomb. Who stalks those deadly shadows?
Silence the door!
Whose cry echoes their horror? Whose blood will flow when it strikes again?
Are you sure he was alive when you left him?
How many
Are you absolutely certain he didn't come up after?
Yes.
You mean he did?
He did not.
I think we were lucky.
Why?
Whatever he saw was probably watching us.
Well, how could they survive without food?
Because I should imagine that as each one died, the others ate him.
Is there any way out of here except up those stairs?
Why, the nephew.
Is there? You tell me!
What strange hunger drives it to prey on the young and strong?
Cat? Cat, are you all right?
And experience an ultimate terror, so fearful that no additional scenes can be shown in this preview.
The most terrifying form of evil is that which lurks within the human mind. Asylum, the ultimate in horror.
This is an asylum for the incurably insane.
Asylum, filled with stark, raving terror. From Robert Bloch, author of Psycho. Asylum. The prison of madness, where few enter and none return. See Asylum. You have nothing to lose but your mind. From the crypt. Welcome to the crypt. You are invited on a guided tour of a world of darkness, where nightmares become reality. About to open. You will learn its terrifying secrets. If you dare. Teacher, how to? Death lives in Tales from the Crypt. Who's next? Perhaps you?
A young bride packing for her honeymoon. What happens to her now may be all in the mind, a figment of her imagination. or she may be in very real danger. Either way, there will be madness and murder and fear in the night.
Mrs. Beamish tells me you haven't been very well lately. You had a nervous breakdown.
That was about 6 months ago.
These things take a long time to sort out.
He was waiting for me, Bob, like he was before.
Fetch the doctor.
No, God, please. Bob, I was attacked. I was. You don't believe me, do you?
I believe you think you were attacked.
A honeymoon at a quiet school in the country. A school without pupils. Just deserted halls, empty rooms, and fear in the night.
Sorry if I frightened you.
Forgive me for being personal, but you do seem terribly young. I mean, almost like a child bride.
I'm 22.
Oh, well, I'm sure that Robert needs you as much as we need Robert.
Peg? What you doing out of bed?
Oh, I couldn't sleep. It must be the champagne. I keep thinking I can see someone.
Oh, where?
Over there, by the window.
I can't see a thing.
Hello?
You could get your head blown off creeping around like that.
Good evening, Robert. I've been waiting here to welcome you. I hope that gun isn't loaded. If it went off, it would waken the boys.
Why not come down into the hall? We can talk things over quietly.
But I am in the hall.
Life was good to the Perrys of Pequot Landing. For 300 years they lived in this place. The generations were rich with love, and the most beloved of all were the twins, Niles and Holland. That summer they shared a secret life in the apple cellar, in the nursery, in the night.
Baby. I'm getting scared, Holland. Something awful could happen. We can still play the game. She doesn't have to know. We could play it in secret. Anna knows everything. Look there, child.
Think as I have taught you.
Now.
Imagine, Toshka, all your being. Niles, what is it?
For the Perrys of New England, terrible things began to happen that summer.
Tell me, what is it like?
It was a summer of secrets. Secret treasures. Secret places.
Hello, brother.
But the most frightening secret of all is yet to come.
Where is Ryder,
Tori needs him.
I think I saw him down by the park.
Thomas Tryon, author of the best-selling novel, and Robert Mulligan, director of The Summer of '42, present a chilling new concept of terror and madness.
Oh, my God, my
George,
God.
what is it? George, what is it? What happened? George, what is it? What happened? Oh, my God.
There have been all the others. Now there is the other.
Where is the baby?
Excuse me, sir, can I interest you in one of these?
What are they?
It's about the Society of Brethren.
Brethren, what do they do?
Jesus saves you.
What are you, some sort of bloody crank?
No sacrifice is great enough. Blessed be the brethren, and you alone suffer.
Beware, my brethren.
Saying unto you, my brethren, all over the world, pray that you may
Sinner, meet your maker.
you are able to carry on.
She will be reborn, Mother.
You must never let them tempt you. They'll try and make you have sex.
Love your Christ or die.
Kenny, too, has dedicated his life to God.
I baptized her, Mother.
Sinner, meet your maker.
He was nailed to the cross, to the cross.
Beware, my brethren.
Beware, my brethren.
For without Christ you are destroyed.
Without Christ I'll be devoured by hell fire.
Something ought to be done about those crank religions.
In the name of the brethren, he washed away the sins of women.
The day of retribution is at hand.
And led them to the gates of hell.
There is no escape. I am his sword, his avenging angel. The good Lord speaks and says, put your house in order. Yes, the Lord says, put your house in order for my day of vengeance.
Beware, my brethren.
It seemed like a good idea at the time. The white bigot was dying, and the black soul brother needed time to prove his innocence. More power to you, brother.
I want to transplant my head on a healthy body. I think I like to donate my body to science after all.
So they transplanted the white head onto the black body. Who would have suspected that neither would care for the idea too much?
What are you guys doing to me? Shut up. Where's the rest of you? We are joined together temporarily.
Williams, stop this car immediately.
Why don't you shut up? Hey, that's telling him, man.
I should have known your kind stick together.
Will you please stop this infernal machine? Oh, just shut up. Help! Shut up. You a doctor?
So far, so good.
Then how about you taking old Happy Face off of here? Why are you shooting at us? Man, this car's a real dud. Could I have a cigarette?
Oh, sure, honey.
Hey, man, are we smoking while I'm eating?
Stick your head out the window and see if any more is coming.
Ray Milland and Rosie Greer as the Thing with Two Heads.
You get some sleep, baby.
Why don't you stay here for a little while?
It's no use, honey. Maybe when I get used to it.
Now you know you got to go.
The Blob is back in a horrifying new adventure. And you are there, startled, stunned, terrified, as the blood-red creature rolls over and eats everything in its path.
We're going to burn the place down. I can't take any chances.
Beware, the Blob. Starring Robert Walker, Gwynn Guilford.
First thing you do when you get home, you go fishing.
You know that's not the first thing I did when I got back home.
Beware, Godfrey Cambridge. Beware, Carol Lindley. Beware, Shelley Berman.
You would like a haircut? It'd be $400.
Beware, the Blob. Larry Hagman and his pals tried to stop the Blob with a pitchfork. Beware, the Blob. Look out! Consuming human flesh on contact.
I don't suppose you got any identification.
Nothing can stop it. Not fire, not water, not even bullets.
Don't move.
What do you mean?
Huh? That thing. That's it. Oh, it's gonna go.
See Son of Blob.
It's the Blob.
The least qualified person to understand a dream is the dreamer, which brings us to you.
Oh, my God. Jeez, Tony, you scared the hell out of me. Chalice, durable, knives, they're all witches' tools, you know.
Oh, I'm just interested in it.
I don't know. You're the one.
I'm a witch.
Son of a...
Conjoined twins, called Siamese, challenge life at their first breath. Some twins have been separated and lead normal lives. Others never can. Sisters. They were once one in body, and perhaps one in mind. Danielle and Dominique. One loving, one hating, one innocent, the other... Where does Danielle end and Dominique begin?
Go
back, try. Remember.
He's a freak.
Freak.
He's a freak. Freak.
Sisters. Rated R.
Suppose nature gave a war, and everybody came. The snakes, the birds, the lizards and frogs. And suppose that the polluters, the species on Earth called man, were the enemy in that war.
I still believe man is master of the world.
And then, suppose that the human race lost. Sam Elliott, Joan Van Ark, Adam Rourke, Judy Pace.
First of all, we're going to have to try to find our Stuart and Michael. To be very honest with you, I don't think we will. Not alive, anyway.
You talking big because you're the only one making any sense around here.
But whether we find them or not, we've got to get off this damn island. All of us, now.
And I am asking to get the hell out of here with someone or by myself.
Is coming. What happened that night science made its greatest mistake? What unknown terror was born that night? What is the terrifying mutant that strikes from behind the shroud of night? That night of the Lepus. A night of total terror, more shattering than your strangest nightmare. What caused the unnatural death, destruction, and panic that night of the Lepus? Janet Leigh, Stuart Whitman, Rory Calhoun, and Paul Fix. Night of the Lepus. Kill one, and thousands take their place. What devil creatures growing weight and size every day are hidden behind the eyes of horror? What can stop them? Night of the Lepus. From MGM.
Welcome to Aunt Martha's King Edward Hotel. Hardly anyone ever checks in. Nobody ever checks out.
What gave you the idea to come here? I don't know what you're looking for, but you won't find it here. Now, I'm letting you stay here on one condition, that you promise not to wander around the hotel alone. This is no place for a little girl.
Sure, all right.
Mrs. Quigley, this is my niece, Cheryl. She's staying with us for a while.
Alice!
Behind each door, there's a private terror. And at the heart of each terror are the private parts. Follow Cheryl as she leads you through the darkest corridors of your mind. Private parts.
Aunt Martha, who lives in the room next to mine?
Nobody. It's a storage room. Why do you ask?
Well, I heard noises in there.
Well, who have we here? You robbed me of a normal childhood, and now you're trying to rob me of whatever little pleasures I can still enjoy.
Hey, what's going on?
Yes, it's all right. Just lie still.
Cheryl? Cheryl?
My dear child, let me. I have to. It won't hurt.
Don't be angry, child.
It's spilling.
I'm only trying to protect you.
This is a lovely one.
Alice, is that you, sweetie?
You will come back, won't you? In cases like yours, instruction is most important.
Don't go, child. You know, it's not too late for you.
Alice is
stay here and be my son.
Your son?
Yes, you could have this room.
I have to! Don't be like Alice!
I'd never know what you'd do behind my back.
Please don't hurt me! Don't!
Welcome to Aunt Martha's King Edward Hotel. Hardly anyone ever checks in. Nobody ever checks out.
Please, the last blow for me, Elizabeth Holly. Let me taste sweet revenge. Please, let me cut into his heart.
Behind dank walls, a nightmare world of horror and butchery awaits. As a rotting corpse crawls from the earth to terrify the living.
No!
Beware of barren blood.
I would not play with the occult if I were you. One's obsession with it could be the real danger.
Barren blood. He earned his name through torture and death. The screams of his victims still echo in his chamber of horrors.
The Baron's will not only dominated this castle, but all the valley below. The people were necessary only for his convenience.
Was the Baron, then both your lives are in danger. You will try again.
Barren blood. He returns to avenge a witch's curse and reclaim his empire of evil.
Unleash the monster on the world. You must try to send him back.
Peter! Peter! The door! It's coming in! Make it go away!
Barren blood. Starring Joseph Cotton and Elke Summer. Beware of barren blood.
For all who are willing to pay the price, we invite you to go through the mirror of life. Dora!
15 years ago, we thought we'd killed a demon, but he's been waiting to kill us.
15 years, cousin Taurus. But now we are here to free you, to give you life.
But must they all die?
All!
I mocked their talk of vampires. I was wrong. I've seen proof, terrifying proof. People have been killed in villages, killed by vampires.
None of you will live. Your children will die to give me back my life.
Your child is missing. Your child is missing.
time is now. The place? The island of Balf, just off the west coast of Britain. What frightening thing is happening here to change the face of its inhabitants?
I don't know. That's the truth. I don't know.
Someone or something is threatening their very existence. And nothing and no one is safe. Not even you.
What do you want?
Well, I've just arrived on the island. I want somewhere to stay for the night.
I can't help you. I can't help you.
Just a minute.
I can't help you.
I left it uncovered.
Well, there's nothing here.
I told you someone's been here.
Just what are you playing at, Dr. Shaw?
Dr. Shaw, scientist. His job, to save these people from the pitiable, frenzied monsters they are fast becoming.
This island has enough trouble of its own without you coming here and stirring up more.
What troubles?
Just leave them alone, Dr. Shaw. That's all they want. To be left alone.
Miss Brown, the schoolmistress. Her duty, to shield these islanders from the inquisitive stranger.
Let me through! Let me through. I'm a doctor. Please, let me through.
Oh, God. What can we do?
You can pray. For someone is tampering with nature itself. And on the scene, the Doom Watchers. Time and life is running out on this doomed island. And what's happening to them today could happen to us tomorrow.
Doctor? Shaw? All right now? Dr. Shaw? Are you all right?
This is Howard Scott on the scene for TV 12. We're at the Bijou Theater where it's been reported that a man has gone berserk while watching a double feature horror program. The police are trying to subdue the man now. In fact, here they come. Excuse me, officer. I'm Howard Scott from TV 12. What happened inside?
Yeah, we got a 1040 saying some guy's gone berserk down at Bijou Theater, so... Come down here. This guy's gone berserk down at Bijou Theater, so... We comprehended the alleged perpetrator. We're gonna book him on a... Code 12, Section 4, Paragraph 1236.
What's the Code 12, Section 4, Paragraph 1236?
Gone berserk down at just theater. Excuse me, Howard.
Certainly, certainly. Sir, madam, excuse me. You, sir. Yes. Could you tell me what happened inside?
Is this TV?
Channel 12.
Oh, yeah.
Sir?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was watching the film. And I noticed this guy drooling and talking to himself all the way through it. Naturally, I don't think nothing about that. But then, all of a sudden, he jumps up. He starts screaming and pulling his hair and carrying on.
The film frightened him that badly.
Oh, yeah, it was a scary movie. I mean, he flipped out just when the girl took the axe and started to chop off the guy's gudgeons.
No, Harry, it was when the guy took the razor and cut off the girl's bazongis.
A movie that frightening, it actually drove a man insane?
Oh, yeah, scary as hell. Scared the piss out of the old lady.
What's the matter with you? We're on TV. You're gonna get arrested, Mr. Uncouth. Ordinarily, we do not attend events of this cultural persuasion. We were going to the ballet tonight, but my old man seen these scary pictures was on.
Scared the piss out of her.
My bodily fluids was not affected in any way. He didn't used to talk like that. It's that bowling league. Ever since he joined that bowling league, his mouth's turned into a garbage can.
Hey, you leave my bowling league out of there. I'm warning you. I'll turn your teeth into chiclets.
Thank you very much, madam. It was delightful
Get
talking
the piss
to you.
out of
Thank you. Bye-bye now. You, sir. Excuse me. What'd you think of what happened inside? Did you like the movie? I'm gonna see it again. Well, that's it, folks. Here we are at the Bijou Theater, and I have here the Upchuck Cup, a little item passed out by the management to remind you that if you can't take the current double bill of horror films called Frenzy of Blood, that you better not come. Upchuck Cup. Try saying that fast.
Upchuck Cup, Upchuck Cup, Upchuck Cup, Upchuck Cup. That's groovy, isn't it? I really grooved on the Upchuck Cup, really far out.
You like the Upchuck Cup?
Oh, really turn me on, you know what I mean?
Did you get sick?
Oh, wow, I got sick all over. Oh, wow, really far out.
Oh, why didn't you use your Upchuck Cup?
Oh, it wasn't big enough. I had to use my purse. You want to see?
No, no.
Oh, wow.
This is Howard Scott about upchucking my Upchuck Cup.
Groovy.
A double explosion of bloody terror, blood-spattered bride, and I dismember mama.
Now, get ready. The pole's stuck.
Hey! I'm at brunch!
At the first sign of death, it begins a cry of torment that drives the dying mad. The Asphyx, more than a myth, more than a maybe.
A smudge. And another one. Here. And finally, another here.
Gentlemen, what you have seen, what we have recorded, is the soul at the moment it departs the body.
The Asphyx, more than a myth, more than a maybe.
Good grief. I tell you, it saw me.
Here is a man a minute from death, without a soul, with only one way back, through the secret of the Asphyx.
Train light on the Asphyx.
The force within you that brings insanity at the instant of death. From birthday to death day, it controls the most terrifying moment of your life. Your death. The Asphyx. The Asphyx. More than a myth. More than a maybe.
Lovers, beware. There's no place to hide when the dead are alive.
Remember, this is a tomb that's been closed for 2,500 years. Now you see Tecumseh with a club in his hand murdering two young Etruscans in almost exactly the same way as the first young couple on the motorbike were killed.
It's the macabre, Dutch. The way the bodies were laid out.
Jason, are you trying to frighten me?
I only want the truth. Nikos is trying to pin those murders on me.
They are not creatures of the night or of the grave, but spirits of the dead, aroused by passion, who watch and wait. And strike without warning. And there's no place to hide. When the dead are alive.
let me in here?
I'm going buggy, talking in whispers, hiding in the laundry room of my own house, creeping around here. But in the meantime, what if she finds out about me?
She won't.
Mustn't tell her that I know.
You gave it to her, huh?
Must I get it from her? What I don't want is that shot.
Now, roll up your sleeve.
Please, I don't want to be put to sleep again.
It's for your own good.
No!
Damn cat. Come on, get it out of here before I drown it, too.
As long as I'm here, do you mind if I just maybe stop in and say hello to...
You mean you don't even know her name?
No, I guess not. She never mentioned it.
Perhaps you chose not to, Mr. Cooper. Anyway, she's gone. Good day.
I promise. I can't do it tonight, though. Isn't it supposed to cry? What a good baby. Doesn't even cry.
Little girl.
I, Joel Delaney, will conjure up your light.
Who is in possession of Joel Delaney?
There's a whole supernatural city around us here. Spiritist churches, espiritismo seances, summoning the dead, bookeria, witchcraft.
We know all about Joel Delaney.
Joel, answer me. Are you there? Joel? You know how Joel is when his dark side showed.
Tell me what happened.
You tried to attack a man, Joel.
Believe me, I don't remember any of that.
All of a sudden, here we have a case just like 3 others we had last summer. Where is Mr. Delaney? Where is he, Mrs. Benson?
It's just possible that the people in my world can't get into your world, that no one will talk to them. But are you willing to accept and believe what you're told? Are you going to listen?
Who is in possession of Joel Delaney?
But you have to believe. I feel that you don't believe. And you have to believe.
Are you trying to tell me that my brother is so weak and so vulnerable that he can be invaded from the outside by a maniac who is dead?
I got you!
You must believe the possession of Joel Delaney.
Cause of death, head and abdominal wounds. Sharp instrument. Secondary cause, drowning.
Yes.
You're wasting time.
Well, I should keep something on.
And you're overdressed. That's better.
Mike? Who is it?
Did you see that? Oh, my God! John!
What the hell are you doing up there, Sarah? Look, switch that bloody thing off. Nobody said anything about a front of house spot.
Hey, Duchess, you're supposed to dress for the theater.
Hey, let go of me. I can't do anything if you just like...
It's just a farmhouse and looks pretty innocent from the road. But once you're inside, you'll see what really happens on a terror farm. Invasion of the Blood Farmers. Coming in the dead of night, coming to plant the living and harvest the dead. Invasion of the Blood Farmers.
Within a week, the lab will be flooded with
human blood.
I can't stop it!
Are you strong enough? More raw terror, more stomach-turning shock than you can take. Therefore, we warn you, don't eat before you see Invasion of the Blood Farmers, and you'll have nothing to lose. They plant the living and harvest the dead. Invasion of the Blood Farmers, released by NMD Films, in color, rated PG, parental guidance suggested.
The Mind Snatchers.
Did you kill him? Did you really take a dying man and put the finishing touch on him by fooling with his brain?
The Mind Snatchers.
You do need help, Reese. The way you acted, the way you treated anybody, it wasn't normal.
Don't put your hand on it!
The Mind Snatchers.
The Mind Snatchers. They kill the spirit. They steal the conscience. They control the mind. The Mind Snatchers. The Mind Snatchers. They could. They can. They will. Unless they're stopped. It's the day after tomorrow, and everything is under control.
I'm a man, and I can prove it!
Bluebeard. A man with an eye for beauty, an ear for music, an appreciation for talent. Burton is Bluebeard. He had a way with the world's most beautiful women. He did away with them.
Why did you kill them?
Why else? They deserve to die.
One he shot. One he drowned. One he falconated. One he froze. One he chopped. One he coffined. Two he chandeliered. Richard Burton as Bluebeard.
Do you like me?
Of course.
Do you love me?
With Raquel Welch.
He was so kind, so gentle.
Verna Lisi.
We love when I need you.
Nathalie Delon. Mary Lou Tolo. Karen Schubert. Sybil Danning. Agustina Belli. And Joey Heatherton.
A great hero, trembling at the thought that his myth might collapse.
Burton. Bluebeard.
You got me hooked, and you're gonna keep me supply. Got it? Hey, I got a bastard here. Now you listen to me. If you don't keep me supply, I'm gonna break every bone in your miserable body.
See Blood Freak, horrifying addicted monster whose thirst for an addict's blood will lead you to a horror beyond belief. Blood Freak, to survive, addicts must die.
Only things could get back to normal.
See Blood Freak's horrifying revenge for the woman he loves.
folks at Red Wolf Inn. Grandma,
We're going to have company, Myrtle.
Grandpa,
You're pretty today.
the three girls, Pamela, Edwina, Regina, and then, of course, Baby John. Just plain folks with a taste for life. Grandma, Grandpa,
3/4 bottle and 1/4 wine.
the two girls, Edwina,
I wasn't hungry.
Regina,
I would as fast as a pet.
and Baby John. The folks at Red Wolf Inn and the secret they shared with no one.
There is something wrong going on here.
Folks would never understand, would they?
Grandma and Grandpa, Regina and Baby John. The folks at Red Wolf Inn. Grandma, Grandpa, Baby John. If you're in the neighborhood, add a little spice to your life. Drop in and say hi.
Surprise!
They'd love to have you for dinner. The folks at Red Wolf Inn.
Pleasant Hill Hospital. To those on the outside, peaceful and serene. To those on the inside, filled with terror and evil beyond belief. A beautiful girl, torn from the arms of love. Her very life a nightmare in the house of hell, with no hope of escape or mercy.
What do you know about those people over there?
Nothing. We don't ask. It's simpler that way.
The doomed at their last meal, with death as the dinner guest.
If you don't mind, I didn't sleep very much last night and I'm very tired. Now, the only thing I want to hear about or discuss is my immediate release.
Sit down. Awakened by a mutilated, crazed animal who seeks her beauty to appease the bloodlust of a devil bridegroom, pursued to the canyons of hell to the edge of sanity by the bestial craving of the Prince of Darkness. The Asylum of Satan. Beauty, tenderness, destroyed as the lovers walk into the path of hell. The venomous death of a lovely, innocent girl, murdered by reviling reptiles, drenched in a pool of her own blood. The pleading eyes beg for mercy. The soundless voice cries silently as the fiery flames burn into cremation and spill his ashes inside the scorched walls of hell, carpeting the floor of the damned. The Asylum of Satan. Death and murder at its most hideous, transforming a lovely young girl into a frightened animal before your very eyes. The devil beast roaming the earth, searching always, seeking a bride for his twisted paradise to reign forever beside the archdemon of hell. The Asylum of Satan.
Since the very beginning of time, in the Garden of Eden, one of God's creatures has symbolized the darkest fears of man's primitive emotions. It is a creature that is hypnotic, sensual, and loathsome. It is the snake. But not all men have known a snake like Stanley. Meet Stanley, a snake unlike any you have ever seen, in a motion picture that will make your skin crawl. A terrifying journey into the primitive swamps and jungles of the Everglades, a world where the only instinct is survival. A world where the cold-blooded creatures walk on two legs.
There's no accident. There's no accident we shot your father. We killed him! All right, now you're gonna get what you gave me a few minutes ago.
Stanley, the incredible story of a man and snake. They shared a bond of trust in a world of hate.
I'm sorry, Stanley, but you're going to have to stay in the truck. People just don't understand friendly rattlesnakes.
Stanley, starring Chris Robinson, a man who could no longer live among men. Stanley, a snake who trusted his natural enemy and was used to carry out a man's personal vengeance. Stanley, the incredible story of a man who killed to save the friends he loved and learned to love the art of killing. When Tim gets mad, Stanley gets deadly.
Stanley. Bite his hand.
There has never been a motion picture like it. If you have ever touched the emotions of horror and revulsion, if you have ever feared the fangs of death, then you know the terrifying impact of Stanley, a snake that learned that only man kills his own kind.
Daughters of Satan, now revealed on the screen for the first time. A secret cult of lust-crazed witches torturing their victims with fire and desire. Daughters of Satan, an ancient beating with the horrifying power to transform an innocent young girl into an insatiable she-devil.
Now, I have a theory about when the colors fade. It means that the coven is out functioning. They have left the painting and are performing as witches.
It's horror that's guaranteed to make your blood scream and your mind curdle. Then, when you can't stand another second of shock, watch Super Beast, a half-man, half-monster, ripping helpless victims to shreds in his mad hunger for human flesh.
I'm going to bypass the primary and secondary stages.
Super Beast and Daughters of Satan. Make a date with horror. His and her horror. A double dose of death shown together on the same theater program.
Oh, how dare you?
This is Amanda Price.
Never.
She lives in this old house.
Never. I'm frightened. I'm frightened.
Why should you be frightened, my child?
Because Amanda Price is afraid to die, sister. Die. Don't be afraid, Amanda. You're not alone. There's Daddy.
Amanda!
Sister Nell.
Amanda, you're crazy! Edward!
Brother Edward.
I did it!
And Esther, your companion.
Mr. Price, this cupboard still seems to be locked.
About the house, there are other locked cupboards and doors.
Esther. What?
Intruders are dangerous. They learn things.
And how is Miss Price these days?
Bitch. She's been having nightmares.
It just depends on what you see.
Absolutely terrified.
Could he be right, Esther?
Do you want to know what Amanda Price fears behind the locked doors of this old house? What horrors lie hidden? What awful truths wait to be released?
Amanda? Amanda!
Brother Edward, Nell, and Daddy know. And now Amanda Price is about to lift the dark veil that shrouds a terrifying secret.
Save me!
We have the same secrets.
Who else knows them?
There is a word for what you want. The word is
Murder!
Escape, mister. Escape while you can.
Don't touch me!
Take this macabre journey through a world of maddening horror,
You shall be punished!
jealousy, and murder from which few return. And die, sister, die. From Cinema Shares, rated PG.
Anybody home?
I don't like it here, Penny. It gives me the creeps.
It's the kind of place that would give anybody the creeps.
I'm scared, Penny. Let's go back.
Who in their right mind would even go to this island? Would you go there?
Evil. I get feelings of evil from this island.
Would you dare spend the night in this monument to the macabre, in the Tower of Evil?
Stop playing around, man.
Her brain has become overloaded by the horror of what it has done or seen.
Snape Island never brought anything but unhappiness, tragedy for anyone.
If the girl didn't murder those kids, who did?
Somebody else, obviously.
But who? There was nobody else on the island, was there?
Huh?
Was there?
What? What's the matter?
Can't you hear it? Listen.
That's not the wind, is it?
There's only one way into Snape Island. There's only one place to go on Snape Island. But there are infinite ways to reach the next world in the Tower of Evil.
This means we're completely cut off from the mainland. The boat's gone, now the radio's gone.
One way in and no way out. It looks as if we shall all have to spend the night in the Tower of Evil.
Horror on Snape Island. You'll scream too. Horror on Snape Island.
Can't you hear it? Listen.
It's just the wind.
You'll scream too. Horror on Snape Island.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was left living.
His hands. Somebody cut off his hands.
Silent Night, Bloody Night, starring Patrick O'Neill and Astrid Heron.
Yeah, Butler wasn't kidding. Nobody's lived here for years.
Don't laugh at me. I want your ID. Some maniac escaped from Margaretville.
Would you like to drive there?
Also starring John Carradine, was the night before Christmas. And all through the house, not a creature was left living. Silent night. Bloody night.
Bring life to the dead. Bring life to the dead. Drink? Just one drink with me. Enter the occult world of necromancy. You were brought here for one purpose. Necromancy.
A ceremony dating back to the pre-Christian era. It's the art of reviving the dead. It requires involvement with evil spirits. I'm not becoming one of you witches.
The devil god brings life to the dead, death to the living. Bring life to the dead. Bring life to the dead. Bring life to the dead. Rated PG.
A picture you won't ever forget, because it touches the full spectrum of the bizarre, the forbidden, the twilight areas of a life destined to be spent in shadow and agony. The screen may never again relate to this subject matter. It will certainly never again approach this treatment.
Oh, you know all about them, huh? You don't even know their names. Now get them out of here.
Look, Paul, why don't you just go on to bed or something? I promised to have them out of here first thing in the morning. But I'm not taking them back on that road this time of night.
Do they? I don't want to be unreasonable, but you know what happens to you when you get around women. And it must never happen again.
It ain't gonna happen, Paul. I'm gonna go fix them something to eat, and then I'll show them to the rooms.
A child's world robbed of joy by a secret conspiracy of suspicion and fear, dwelling like a lodger in the mind, insinuating its presence into every heartbeat, holding a black light to the dreams of childhood, forcing the will into blind canyons of loneliness and despair. A stolen life, pawned to a godless oblivion. The only ones left to mourn, the last witnesses to the execution, suspended in time by a puppeteer with blood on his hands. Little broken dolls that go on dancing after the music has stopped. 3 on a meat hook.
He rose from the deathly silence of the tomb to bathe the world in blood. See Grave of the Vampire.
So we fear the gods, demons, devils, bats, banshees. Vampires? Yes, as a matter of fact, vampires. Oh, no!
I'm asking you to have an abortion.
Why?
What's inside your womb isn't a human being.
There's nothing wrong with my baby.
He was conceived in a grave and weaned on human blood. Could he ever deny the horrible evil within himself? is absolutely evil, cruel, horrifying in his lust for blood. Your lust. See Grave of the Vampire.
Who's Caleb Croft? You seem very interested in the Croft case, Professor.
Yes, I am, Mr.
Eastman.
Mr. Eastman. If you remain in the class long enough, you too may develop an interest, more than you bargained for.
When you wake, you shall have all the pretty little horses.
Necrophagus with Bill Curran, Yocasta Gray, Frank Brana, Marisa Shiro, Victor Israel, Beatrice Lassie, and Catherine Ellison.
You shouldn't ask me any more questions.
Then whom should I ask?
Ask your other sister-in-law, or their mother. But don't ask me.
What killed her?
I think you'd better ask Dr. Kinberg. Her death certificate was signed by him.
A shocking story that beats the courage of a man and carries him to despair and panic when he finds out that all the graves and caskets are empty. Necrophagus. Where are the bodies?
My little friend Johnny was attacked by a monster. And nobody's seen my uncle. So where are
The
they?
answer
Dead?
lay buried under the earth. Necrophagus, a horrible monster that had to be fed with corpses.
Sir Robert! No, it's Lexter!
Ready? Fire! An unusual, exciting film produced by Films International. Necrophagus, directed by Michael Scape.
Now, human zombies rise from their coffins as living corpses in blood of ghastly horror. Voodoo witchcraft transforms beautiful women into 1,000-year-old mummies.
Joe Corey died, and a psychotic killer was born.
I can't believe it.
It's true. Joe's last days were spent as a hunted mad animal.
See a doctor invent a weird artificial brain component and create an inhuman fiend who commits acts of shocking and brutal horror. It's a frightening and fantastic visit with those who will not die, and they want your company now. He must possess the living to stay alive. You will see scenes of cruel and unwholesome beings, grotesquely lusting for vengeance as they rip and slash their way out of the grave. The zombies rise from their deathless sleep and stalk the city's dark streets for those lonely souls who will become their next tormented victims. To them, life is a nightmare of fresh corpses and dungeons of terror. Be the dead arise to thirst for the life-giving fluid they must have to keep their rotted bodies alive. The ghastly horror in color, rated PG.
Of infinity, from the world of the sun, come the cremators to ignite all mankind. See the Earth threatened by enemy aliens whose embrace means instant cremation.
What was that?
Creatures who look upon our civilization as though we were insects to be stepped on.
I involved her in this, and I involved you in this. And I don't know how far I can go. I don't know how to protect anyone.
See the cremators running wild, rolling over the land to leave ashen wasteland behind them.
Nevertheless, bring it to me.
Man pursued by rolling, spitting mountains of searing, incinerating flame. An adventure into the realms of terror and nightmare, unrivaled on the screen. See the cremators.
These are Hugo's pussycats. Hugo takes good care of his pets. He loves his cats and feeds them a very special recipe.
Why did you stop?
I found the right piece for my collection.
He had the most original and unusual collection in the world.
I'm going to show you something that only 2 people in the world know about.
By themselves, they are only a harmless pussycat. 1,000 strong, they become a man-eating machine. After seeing this terrifying movie, you will never be able to look another cat in the eye. The management of this theater offers free burial insurance to anyone who dies of fright during the film. Caskets are optional on the West Coast. When the cats are hungry, run for your lives.
Take someone you can hold tight. The rats are coming.
I can change myself at will.
They haven't eaten yet, you know.
What are you talking about?
The rats. They haven't eaten since I got them from them. And I should think that they would be very hungry by now. They eat almost everything.
The man-eating killer rats are back. More gruesome, more terrifying than ever before. But they are not alone. The werewolves are here too. Evil, depraved, blood-sucking werewolves that will scare the pants right off you. You must take her to see. The rats are coming. The werewolves are here.
What do you say? Try your luck. Break a balloon, win a baboon, right over here.
They didn't know that in that wild, frenzied ride, they'd pass from the living. This picture begins where Hitchcock stopped and climaxes in nerve-shattering terror.
I had to kill him.
Carnival of Blood, a colorful merry-go-round of death.
One out of leg.
What's taking you so long? Come on. I should get this place. I should get this place.
Get out of line, and you're in the carnival of blood.
You got girlfriends?
In this game, the best prize you can win is your life.
Then look at the cards again.
Dan, you're sick.
You bitch!
You please help!
Gimpy, tell me where you got the bear. Gimpy.
To witness the unfolding of these detailed events with a friend, someone who might remain unchanged throughout this traumatic experience. Carnival of Blood, a Kurt Films presentation, coming to this theater soon.
You're not in it. Not in the mirror. Look.
From the ancient world of the living dead, he came. To victimize those still searching. In the darkness of the moon, the Death Master appears saintly.
You think you could teach us? Do you know that much about living, loving?
Yeah, sure.
It's the man with all the answers, right?
If you ask the right questions.